trench, over, duffel, pea, rain, parka, quilted, alpaca, dusted, leather, mag, puffer, shearling, wool, fake fur, feral neck, single, double, anoraks, Chesterfield. If you want to know what they all have in common, stick around and see what I've got to say. I'm Stacey J and this is my studio, and I want to talk about how I'm going to rug up this winter.
Stacey J loves to stay warm. Let's wrap ourselves in a coat. Maybe you would like to subscribe, like, and share. Show the world how you care. Can't wait to get your comment. If not, send a heart. You know it's just the part. Come hang with me.
Hi, I'm Stacey J and this is my studio, and I am sitting here ready to tell you about what is going to keep me warm this winter. Now we are heading into day 2 of autumn, and we have only had literally 1 month of summer. So 1 month where it's warm enough to wear something like this. So I have gone and got all my coats from my wardrobe, and I have and will continuously put a little display of me playing in them, twirling in them, and some of them trying to do up the buttons. That was a little button issue for me. I am not only doing my ready to wear coats, I also have the coats that I have made myself over the years. I wanted to make a coat every single year, but a lot's happened since my piece of resistance piece, which I'll get to in a minute. Okay, so I lived in Australia. I grew up in the tropics. I lived in Australia, and coats wasn't a thing. You know, you didn't need a coat because just putting a cardi on, you know, or just a little jacket could have done the trick. But coats in New Zealand, especially down in Wellington, where I am, it's part of the wardrobe that you need is a coat. And I don't think there is a maximum allowed coat that you need to have, maximum quantity, bit like my fabric vault. So I've been told it's not a haul, it's not a stash, it's a vault, and I love that saying. So let me just first go over the definition of a coat. I will be reading, so I will be looking down. A coat is an outer garment that you wear to keep warm, worn by both men and women. Coats usually have long sleeves and extend below the hips. They open in the front and they close with either buttons, zip, hook and loop, or a combination of them. The difference between a coat and a jacket: coats are typically longer, extending to the knees or lower. Generally heavier with more insulation. Let me tell you about my fave coat. Historically more formal than jackets and often worn with business and formal attire. Right, I have some styles of coats that are well known throughout what, Stacey? Just a well-known coat, okay? So let's go to the overcoat. You'll see me, I would have worn a brown overcoat and also a plaid overcoat. I'll put them both here so that you can have a look at me twirling in them. They're both ready to wear overcoats, and the tweed one, plaid. The tweed one is a vintage one. I found that. I got that for $25 in a second-hand shop. I was blown away. They actually wanted to go to a market, so I got that coat for $25. Okay, overcoat. A long coat that is intended to be worn as the outermost garment, which is usually to the knees. Not to be confused with the top coat, which is shorter and is knee length or shorter. In the 17th century, the overcoat became widely stylized and available to multi-classes. Trench coat. I have 2 trench coats I put on. Both of them were ready to wear. One was a leopard print and the other one was a beige one. Now there is the famous trench coat. The Burberry trench coat. I have actually fixed one for a client, and they are all hand stitched. You ever want to know why they cost so much? Because they are actually hand stitched in. The lining is all hand stitched, which made it really good for me because I would have hand stitched it anyway. So that was fantastic. Right, the trench coat is a specific kind of raincoat, which is usually double-breasted and it has a belt. Movie spies and detectives are commonly shown wearing them. The classic trench is made from a waterproof beige fabric, belted and extends past the knees. Developed in World War I as a lighter alternate to the heavy coats worn by the soldiers. The significance to the epaulette is on the shoulder was to hold the military rank. Okay, so they knew what rank they were. And the term trench coat was implied that officers wore them in the trenches at wartime. A peacoat. Now, I did not have a peacoat, but I always just loved the name of a peacoat, so I had to put it. So I'll put a picture of a peacoat here. A peacoat or a pea jacket or a pill jacket. An outer jacket, generally navy in colour and heavy wool. I think I actually have some of that wool downstairs. Again, first worn by the military, the navy, to keep warm in the seas. A peacoat is characterised by the shorter length, broad lapels and double-breasted front, often large wooden, metal or plastic buttons. References to the peacoat go back as far as the 1720s. The modern rendition still favours characterizations from the original design and composition. Some nowadays are actually coming out with hoods. I forgot a jacket. I'll do a twirl in it later and I'll add it now. But I'll tell you about it. The suede coat. This will be me twirling in my suede coat. Suede coats are actually in standout for this season 2025, which of course is leaving the UK and is actually coming into New Zealand. So, but this suede coat that I am wearing is actually, I've had it since 1996. And when I went to the States in 1997, I actually put a rip in it. I caught it at a bus stop. We're walking past and I caught on something and ripped. And my friends go, I went, I've just ripped my coat. And they said, oh my God, are you right? And I went, yeah, I just ripped my coat. And they said, aren't you angry? I went, oh yeah, but it's not going to stitch up my coat, is it? So I still have that coat, and it's just sort of in the dryer airing out because it's been sitting in a bag. I haven't worn it for ages. But the style of the jacket I do definitely love. It's almost like a duffel coat kind of thing. Fake fur coats boast the appeal that you're enabled to throw on and go out without having to faff around with many layers. Dress it up without needing to change what is underneath. A fake fur coat is just classy. Like, put it on if you go out to a ball. And I say that because when I was in the military, we used to have quite a few balls, and we used to go out to them a lot. And just wearing the fake coat over your ball dress, sexy. Anyway, so that is my fake coat. I got that from a secondhand shop, and I do need a loop because I couldn't, you would see me, I couldn't actually attach the top loop. Princess coats. Princess coats are from the 1950s. Some are the most breathtaking examples of vintage glamour. These tailored dramatic coats have a full skirt, nipped in waist, and beautiful shawl collars and dazzling oversized sleeves. Now tell me my one doesn't fit that bill. I made that one. I love it. It's my favorite piece in my wardrobe above everything and anything. I made it about 3 years ago. I must wash it. It's made with a lovely, it feels like velvet. It's got like that. like I'm patting it is what I'm doing. And all my welt buttonholes, my self-covered buttons. Yeah, love that coat. Everybody loves that coat when they see me in it. So that's just to name a few of the jackets that are out there. Now, some of the top coats for the season are the teddy bear coat. And why it is liked. Okay, these are some of the benefits of it. It's how soft it is. It's smart, warm, and comforting. It's a great weekend casual coat. It's the bigger, the better. So you want to wear it oversized. And apparently it doubles as a blanket. Now, me, I've got dogs. I'd get fluff in mine all the time. So the second coat of the season is the fake fur coat. So I'm right up there. I'm a fashion guru. Had it for years, so no, not so much. Radiates luxury, which it does. Comes in all sizes, all styles of overcoat, cropped, bomber, and pea coats. It's machine washable, contrary to popular belief. Told you I did my homework. Dress it up with heels and a little LBD for the night out, or ball dress. Or dress it down with jeans and loafers. Great for an evening out or a special occasion. Fantastic. The leather coat. So this is what they're saying about the leather coat. It's a piece of resistance. It's a winter luxury. Can be styled in a single or double-breasted belt or no belt. Imagine that as a leather belt as your, lost the name of it. I'm going back. I'm going to find the name of it. It's your trench coat. I didn't even find the name of it, but yeah. So you have a leather trench coat. That would be quite nice as well. Okay. And don't forget, not all leathers are leather. Some are vegan, as they call it now. That's the polite way to say fake leather or faux leather. I'm a fake kind of girl, you know. Okay, number 4 that's out is the trench coat. When you hear the word trench, you think double-breasted, belted, and stone or black hue, made from heavy cotton. However, nowadays the trench can actually take on many forms, slightly change on colours, shape, and the true original version is still the fave. Okay, the puffer jacket. Now this is one I'm sorry I cannot get on board with. I don't do puffer jackets. My girls are puffers on their own. I do not need to add a puff to my chest. I do not. I envy, like I used to go out on the soccer field or the football field when my son played football, soccer, wherever you come from. I always say soccer because it really irritates the English, and we had a few English football players out there, so it was just a teasing. So when I'd be out there and I'd have on my blue Swan Dry, which is a real Kiwi brand and well known in New Zealand, a bit like a Dry as a Bone in Aussie. And I'd have that on because I didn't own a puffer jacket, because I put a puffer on and not so much. I did ask my daughter, so instead of my daughter reaching high peaks of anxiety while she's on the train, I get her to dress me, and so I was doing my homework for my coat, and I asked her to send me a picture of a puffer jacket I would wear, and she came back and said, no one should wear puffer jackets. So it cracked me up laughing that we both had the same opinion on a jacket. But she's picked one out, so I will slot it up here. Yeah, I just don't wear them, but I love the really long ones that come in and go out, but I'm out and go in, and it just looks incredibly wrong on me. So, but puffer jackets are out, huge at the moment. Yeah, go and get yourself one if you feel confident wearing them and you like wearing them. This coat is no longer just for ski enthusiasts. This winter coat will keep you warm as the winter months take hold. Traditionally stuffed with down, there are some vegan and synthetic brands just as good. It's also an acceptable coat to go oversized. What have I just said? It oversizes me anyway. As you will have layers under it. Great to wear on winter walks, a car boot sales on the weekend. I'll just get my Swanee if I need that. Now the overcoat, number 6. The overcoat, literally it is what it is called. Something to wear. Literally what it is called. Something to wear over your clothes to keep you warm and protected from the elements. Sits below the knee or even to the ankle. Materials they come in are wool, most common, heavy cotton, gabardine, and wool synthetic fibre blends. Belted, they are great for clinching in the waist. Well, I think we know that I don't have a waist. So they are the 6 coats of the season this year. How many of those have you got in your wardrobe? Or how many are you planning on actually making? Especially if you're in the southern hemisphere. Right, so I have quite a few patterns that I will go through. I've got a few pattern names for you guys to have a look at if you want to. But first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the patterns that I have here in my little basket, possibly of the coats that I have made. Now, I cannot find the pattern, literally cannot find the pattern. It's 2 patterns I've lost now. So if anyone can see the patina blouse anywhere in here, let me know, because I've lost it and it's not my pattern, it's my mummy's. It will show up. It's only been moved since I put all my patterns into that, I'm pointing up there, because that's where they are. Where they are when I put all my big folder patterns into the envelopes. So I have a vintage pattern, and I will find the actual pattern. I have a picture of it, so I'll put that. And that was my pink blue swirlies and my brown green corduroy one. Now the brown and green corduroy one is actually was my dad's favorite, because it made him feel that I was wearing like a dry as a bone, but very cowboy like, because my dad's a cowboy man and he loves cowboy shows, and he always liked that one the best, because apparently cowboys don't wear pretty pink. So those are both vintage. Another vintage one I have made is Simplicity 5928. I've made this for clients. Okay, there it is, 5928. Love that pattern. Usually go longer. And I moved my pockets. I moved them to the side. I don't want to put them in my front, so I moved my pockets to the side. Okay, so that's that one. So here's some patterns I have looked at making. This one first is my big floral rose pink one. The McCall vintage. It's a 1950s styled. And there's the line drawings. Also made this one. But tell me that's not gorgeous. I've got horsehair in the bottom. I also have it dipped down at the bottom so it comes down. That's the thing I do. I don't know why I do it. I do it. I just think, I just do it. I like it. So this is McCall's M7478. Okay. Pretty. I like that one. Now, I've got so many. This is what I wanted to make last year, and it was a shacket. But apparently they're not in anymore. But I got the pattern. It hasn't been touched. It's in factory fold. Look at that. So I think I will eventually make that. I just want to find the fabric I want to make it out of. Because that fabric vault has 2 shelves full of coating fabrics. And then some stash somewhere else. Yes. This is already been traced out. This one here, which is a Vogue, and it is Vogue V1669. There are my line drawings. I have some stupendous, splendidest fabric I'm going to make that out of. I do like the pockets. These are inseam pockets. Okay, so it comes in the top there. It's similar to my one. Comes in the top there and around the back. Why do I want them similar? Because I'm Stacey and I do things like that. It's advanced plus difficult. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I've traced this whole pattern out. And I do have it over there. And I know exactly where it is. I just got to check the size because I don't know when I did that. Okay, so I'm going to start from the front of my patterns. These aren't all the coats I've got. These are the coats I got hold of. A lovely basic style. This would be more your overcoat style. Okay, it has the tie for the waist. I'm going to show you. It's V7942, Vogue V7942. There are the line drawings. Okay, so it comes in different lengths. It comes with a closure, so you can have a closed one. You need 5 buttons. Okay, so some of those have buttons on them. That one has a button on it. So I do like that one. It's quite basic. I'm not always a tie around the waist kind of girl. You saw me with some. Actually, you know, the vintage one I've got there. I don't know where the belt is. I used to roll it up and put it in the pocket. And I have not seen the belt since my ex-husband moved out. I wonder if he took it. Do I know Indi? Who knows? Just kidding. Here is another gorgeous overcoat. This is a nice princess seam, so this is really good for FBAs. Okay, so if you need to do an FBA, and the back is patterned, is also princess seamed. You could do anything decorative with a princess seam. Every one of those is a different piece of fabric if you want. You know, I just love it. I think this is such a nice one. I like a Burda. Burda's good. I don't like Burdas when I have to open it up to find out what size I am. But yes, I like that one. That was just a text from Mum, so I was just reading it. Threads. So this is a double-breasted and a single-breasted coat. An overcoat again. Okay, it has nice line drawing. I'll hold it up the right way so you don't have to look on your side of your head. I do like it with having that little tag there around the waist, emphasizing the waist. Okay, so it does take it in, but it doesn't cinch it in. But I do like that one quite a lot. And it has lapel, welt pockets, and it also has patch pockets. I'm not a fan of patch pockets on a coat. I think because there's an inseam pocket as well. So I think why I like inseam pockets or welt pockets is because I do see a coat as a classic garment in itself. I do. Now this one's very cool, especially for Wellington. It has its own little scarfy kind of bit around the top. Not a proper scarf jacket, and I like how it goes off to the side as well, how it comes over and it's not down the center. Here's your line drawings. And again, I can add fullness to my princessness around the bottom there. Not a true princess, okay, but, sorry, as in princess dress, it's princess seamed, but it's, you got to just make it fuller. What does it say about it? Loose fitting jacket. The coat has a front and back princess seams and collar variations. Contrasting collar. That's the old fairy one here. So I think that's quite nice, but I do like them a little bit longer, which is, you know, not hard to do. Here's a couple of vintage ones. This is a vintage overcoat and 2 shorter ones that look more like jackets. I like that vintage overcoat. Mum and I steered away. This is style 4868. Sorry, the last one was Butterick. Sorry, B6497. I'm just waiting for someone. Yeah, bingo. Right. So that's that one. And threads was 4403. I'll put these all down below. 4403. I'll cut you off. Right, so style 4868. Just a super boxy raglan sleeve coat. Very 80s. 80s. What year was this one done? La, 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 la. Punch Bowl. Road Belfield. New South Wales. It does not have a year. I'm putting it in the 80s because it's so 80s. This one's a nice 70s style. I do love this one. It's a size 12. Well, I haven't made it. I'm not a size 12, especially vintage size 12, which is a bust of 87 centimeters. That's like 10 centimeters smaller than what my girls proclaim to be. But check it out. Look at that work on the back yoke. Isn't it nice? And that split down the split down the back there, the pleat. Nice. Nice. I like that one. So that's style 1671. And we're talking about the trench coat and how they look like spies and how they do the spy thing on the TV show. Oh, the boys think she's a spy. She's got. Okay, again, another raglan. Okay, and it just goes from the bust down. Really good. So it goes out. So the hippage has got a nice bit of room. Again, a size 12, which is back in the vintage days was an 87 bust, or 87 or a 34-inch bust. Not a 34-inch, girl. No. Okay, so that's the Simplicity 8854. But she's dressed up like a spy, isn't she? Simplicity 8867. They're almost neighbours, those two. A size 16.5, a bust of 99 centimetres. They have half sizes. So again, this is coming on a raglan sleeve. Take it down, and it's just quite the over swing coat. That's my terminology for it. So it doesn't actually have any kind of shape. Just down. You could make that fuller in the back. If you added more area in the back, you could open that up and have a big back swing coat. I was going to read that to you. You don't need to read that now. I think you can see the styles I go for, and you can also wonder, if you want, why I have so many of the extremely similar styles. This is Butterick B4665. This is a classic because it says so, and never been touched. Size 16 to 22, so that has a bust of 97. Woohoo! To 112. Yeah. I like that one. I like that one too. So you've got your inseam, and you've also got your patch pocket. You've got your regular collar, or you've got the big rolled collar. Okay. Semi-fitted A-line lined jacket or coat, below hip, mid-knee, or above the ankle length. That'll be that one there. There's the ankles. I'll share that with you. It has princess seams, shoulder pads, 2 collar variations, side front seams or patch pocket, and long sleeves. Why would you have short sleeves on a coat? You wouldn't. So that's one is a nice one. I can see me making something definitely with that pattern. Now let's get back to the, oh hang on, this is one, I think Mum gave me this one. Someone gave me this one. Now, this would have hooks, loose fitting, flared line coat, above ankle collar, band, princess seam, side front pockets, 2 long 2-piece sleeves, and purchase cord for raised top stitching, purchase top and pants. Oh, so yeah, they purchased the top and pants. I don't think I needed to know that, nor did you. That is quite a nice coat. Look at that shawl collar. I would say hook and eye, attaching those two together. I would definitely have it attached. I live in Wellington. I'd want it attached. The best thing about Wellington is I get to wear coats and long boots. Yay. So that's quite a nice one. I would probably make that. So it's a size 18 to 22. 22. Well, that's silly because it goes up to 24. So 102 bust, 81 waist, and 107 hips. And all that double lines there is the raised piping that goes around it. Okay. And we have another spy one. Very vintage, very old. It is not even telling me. Nope, can't see anything on the sidelines. I'm not going to open it. So that's spy. It has more than just the coat. Okay, so it has the skirt, the pants, the coat, and the blouse. I like that blouse too. Huh. I'm not going to read that out because I can barely see it. I don't want to. Okay, I will if you insist. No, I won't because it's half ripped. Okay, and here we got another Vogue pattern, 2213. I'm looking quickly for its age. Look at that coat. It's quite classic. I don't know why it's such a dead colour. You know, liven it up. Nice. So there's my line drawings, the 2213 Vogue Paris Original. There you go. So those are some of the patterns that I do have. And I'm going to go through just a couple that you can get online. Now, I wanted to show you these patterns. I don't know if they're still available, but that's the pattern. Right, I did go through and I popped in different coats. So I looked up pea coats, which I am thinking this girl's going to make herself one. A little bit below the hips. I think they're quite nice. Like I said, I do have the wool for it. So the Stylark Beatrice. It's challenging and for experienced sewists. It's a classic pea coat, double-breasted, two-piece sleeve, faux button cuff, two-piece collar, inseam pockets, pocket flaps, back hem vent, and fully lined. So hopefully I've stuck it up there. Now, I did have an issue with my photos on Friday Sews. I put them all up. They didn't go and stay in there. I had to go back in and rejig something, and I must have lost everything I'd added after that. So I'm really, really sorry. Okay, so the fabric for this pea coat is a wool melton or wool twiddle or gabardine. So also the maker's Atelier has a pea coat. It's called the pea coat. Okay, it's more like a jacket than a coat. It's lined or unlined, and it has a half belt with two vents. Oversized coats. Now, I looked for what I could find on these ones. So the Stylark has the Almond designer coat. It's fully lined wrap coat, lower cuff length or shorter, lower calf length or shorter, ties at the side seams, raglan sleeves, two-piece collar, back bodice, angled pleats, a back wide waistband, inseam pockets, inverted pleat on back skirt, and the option for it to be unlined. Coats need to be lined. Did I say that? Yes, they do, because they need to be lined. If they're not lined, they're kind of just like a duster. Okay, fabrics are wool cashmere, wool melton, or gabardine. Paper scissors cloth has a classic coat. Classic coat is clean, stylish, shingle or double-breasted, two-piece sleeve, welt or patch pocket, cuff with faux placket and a double button detail. Fabric is wool tweed, velvet, corduroy for lighter styles, linen, cotton, tinsel or denim. If you're doing a lighter style, I would find that you would possibly definitely not line it. The princess coat. And I think I gave you my one. No, I did not. I'm just going to bear with. Yes, I did. I gave you the details of my Vogue 1669, fully lined, fully fitted bodice, side front pockets, two-piece sleeves, centre back pleat option, bound buttonholes, which is what I do. I love a bound buttonhole. Okay, so most of these, most of all my stuff I do have are big fours, but I have contacted, I haven't contacted, what am I saying? I went through a lot of the most common Now I have actually made, gone through and picked out some patterns that are out there for coats. And these are all the Indi patterns, right? I've picked out some of the best, sorry, I shouldn't say the best. I picked out some of the most common ones that I've heard of. I have only for the last 2 years been 2 years have been a real Indi girl. So I mostly have a bunch of big fours. So I'm going to go through, I will put all these in the description as well so that you know. And also I have listed 2 free patterns that I'll add to the, I'll say at the end because, well, we're doing the so frugal this month. So just saying, you never know. If you're down under, you want something free and you want to make it with your stash, then this is it. Okay, Cashmerette has the Chilton trench coat, which Cashmerette is really good. They have a, they do a full bust adjustment. She is amazing. Okay, Chalk and Notch. No, I lie. I wrote them down because I saw some jeans. So the By Hand London Limited has got the Narissa quilted coat, the Romana coat and the Juliet coat. Thread Theory has the Goldstream pea coat. It's actually a men's coat. Okay, 5 out of 4 has got the Ruby pea coat. The Avid Seamstress has got the coat. I Am Patterns has got a bob trench. And I have mentioned Style Arc with the Amon and Beatrice and the Tracy and the Stella. I want to also mention Angela Wolf, who has got the Chloe trench coat, which is, and I'll pop that up here, is actually on my Make 9. So I've got to make that little sucker. Great. So for free patterns, you go to Mood, you've got the Amelia pea coat and the Black Thorn coat. I will list them all below. I went and did some homework to see what we could have and see what we could see and go out there and just talk about coats, because coats are getting wrapped up. I will now take you to into my fabric vault. Now it is very unorganized because in order to get a rack, we had to make a rack and just empty a rack to get another rack in there. So it still hasn't been touched. It's only been a couple of weeks since I finished off the wedding dress and the mother of the groom's outfit. So yes, I still have lots to do. If you'll fly in to New Zealand at the same time, come down here. Should just take us a day. Should just take us a day. So I'm here. I'm sitting on the floor because I can. Right, you would have seen this fabric here already. This is the pink and blue. Now the next thing I wanted to make with this one here was some a nice Jackie O outfit. So a nice little Jackie O top. Well, it's not called a Jackie O top, is it? It's called I'm not going to remember it, so I'm going to put it down there. Chanel top, blouse, top, jacket. There we go. So this is curtaining. I bought this curtain fabric for my daughter for her bedroom, which never happened. She went from pink to purple, so that's not purple. So I've got some nice wools here. I've got this gorgeous dark acrylic wool here, and this fabric and this fabric down here is the same as the fabric that my rose coat's made out of. Then we've got some nice brown wool, some nice tweed wool. So this is what I've got to contend with. All this black, not that. I've got the pinks over here as well. This is gorgeous. I want to do something on this before I even turn it into a coat. No, another couple of jackets fabrics there. I want a jacket fabric there. But this is for a coat. It's all very And as I was sitting down, I noticed this side as well. Okay, I noticed, and down there is some more of the coating fabrics that I have. Will I ever have enough time to wear them? Will I ever have enough time to make them? I don't know, but I'm going to give it a damn good try. That is for sure. Damn good try. So yeah, I've got some choices to make. I actually don't have a blue coat. Oh, and the other thing I bought was a quilt or coverlet. It's a white coverlet quilted. It's not actually stitch quilted, but I'm going to make a coat out of that. Probably one of the ones that are very common, like the princess seam ones that will come down maybe to my knees. And it's white, which is stupid because it'll be dirty in 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I'll probably do Hong Kong seams inside that and not line it. But that's what I've got to work with. This is my fabrics. I got some really pretty fabrics. Got some really matchy, got to match it fabrics. I did think about making a black coat with all different blacks fabrics to make my coat. So like I said, in the princess seams coat, I will make different fabrics down that just for funsies, because I can, because we all can. That's why we sew, because we all can make what we want. So that's my coat story. That's my coat tail. This is a wrap. Okay, it's all wrapped up now. I've done it. Have you got any questions? Have I missed anything? For the love of goodness sake, I hope all my pictures do go up and stay up this time. It is a fairly long, probably indecent. I should just sitting on the floor. A fairly long maybe vlog, but I think it's going to be fun. And for anyone down the south end of the world who is still warm but coming into these months, we've got some time to make some coats for sure. What do you think of my coat range? What do you think of my coats? Do you like them? I like them a lot. Yes, I did bring in some things like a denim jacket and a bomber jacket. It is actually a flight jacket, a real one from like the Air Force. Just saying. So yeah, I did bring some of those, but we're not talking about jackets. We're talking about coats, because coats tend to be longer, take longer to make. That rose coat that I have has 4 fabrics in it. So it has the lining, the interfacing, the interlining, and then the fabric on top. It is heavy. It is warm. And it is stunning. As soon as I saw that fabric, I went, oh, that's got to be a coat. And it's some of the roses that are actually on some of my jeans that I design as well. So there you go. As I sit in my little vault, feeling very pleased with myself. I love all my fabrics. Soft fabric, cool fabrics. I really do need to sort this room out though, because at the moment everything's a hidden mess, and I don't want that. That's why I got the room, so it wasn't a hidden mess. Okay, people, I will let you know. As I said, I have got in my Make 9, the trench coat that I am going to be making from Angela Wolf. Gorgeous wee pattern. It is an unlined coat. I'll be lining it. When Angela does it, she does with Hong Kong seams, which is always stunning. There's some beautiful makes that people have made off her trench coat. And yep, so I'm a bit excited to finally make that. And I'm not going to have a drab, boring beige in my spy coat. I have got some phenomenal fabric that is going to look phenomenal. Need I say more? I just think I'm looking for the lining. Is that my excuse of why I haven't made it yet? I'm looking for a non-clashable liner because I like my lining to pop. You saw me in the coat I had made, the mallard coat I made with a in cohorts with Julie from Julie Sews Her Own Clothes. You should see her mallard. Stunning. Anyway, the lining inside that, when it opens, it's just like, bam! There's a whole new party going on the inside. So yes, I think about my lining extremely much, and I don't use normal plain, the thin lining. I always use satin. And a good idea, I'd say, is to actually, I know you don't normally overlock linings or inside lining, especially bagged clothing, but I would say, because it frays a lot, overlock your lining. My beautiful rose coat, the seams have frayed under the arms, maybe because I was a little bit bigger and forced my body into it. My girls were rather large. Get around, tuck the girls in, but yeah, don't have to do that now, so yay. But yes, so I would suggest, if you're going to use satin as your lining, overlock that sucker. Just saying. A lot of movement, a lot of frayment. Cool. All right, that's enough from me. I think you guys have had me talking at you long enough. I want you to stay well, stay warm, stay dry. Keep cool. It's actually a little bit cool in this room. I won't tell Mr. Christopher because he'll come and stand in here when he gets too hot from doing work outside. Hydrate. Have no regrets. Keep on sewing. And save face. We've got a couple more months of this warm weather, guys. Okay? So don't forget that it can still burn us. And you guys over there in the Northern Hemisphere, you're coming into the burnies. Save face. Okay? Look after your skin. That's from me to you. Yeah. And I know. Oh, I know. Okay, guys. Seriously, I will let you go. Please take care, and I will see you the next time I am looking at you.
Subscribe, like, and share, just to let me know that you care.